Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 and the final part of my little Christmas build here in Parkitect. If you watched the last episode, you would have seen that I'm building like a swinging Wild Mouse style coaster, an indoor coaster with like a festive Christmassy feel. So that's the whole idea of this build. I have gone ahead actually and added like a flat ride in, which you'll see in the screenshots at the end of the video. I have tried to upload this to Steam so you guys can download it. But for some reason my Steam won't connect to the internet, so uploading it right now isn't possible, but I will try and get it online in the next couple of weeks or so if I can. But yeah, today I'm just going to go in and do some of the interior here for the coaster. Nothing too crazy, nothing too wild, just some rock theming, got some nice Christmassy trees in there, going to build a snowman as well, add some lighting, that kind of thing. But just wanted to make this look like a real wintry style indoor coaster, so that's the whole idea, and also just something to do for the Christmas holidays, because I think I haven't really done anything Christmassy before in the game and for my channel, and I thought this was a really good opportunity to experiment with some of those new pieces that have come in the DLC download for the game, where there's lots of new kind of candy canes, sweet pieces, gingerbread house, that kind of stuff, and I thought I could combine those new pieces in with a nice little festive build. So that's kind of the purpose of this, just for a bit of fun for the Christmas time, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this little build that I'm doing so far. I really do appreciate it. So right now I'm just going to go in and basically enclose the whole ride within the walls, and I'm using like different tones of blue here for the walls, just to make it look a bit more interesting to look at rather than just one big plain colour. And I'm just making all the gaps where the coaster will enter in and out of the building. There are a few kind of areas. You've got the main kind of big curvy drop in the front of the building where the coaster exits the building, as well as the kind of one of the turnarounds, and also there's another bit that sticks out on the other side. So the coaster is kind of coming out most sides of the coaster, so it's not fully contained, and the station of the ride is also on the outside as well. But I didn't want it to be like a too like in the dark ride. I wanted it to be more of like an indoor, but there's lots of scenery that you can see kind of ride. As you just saw just there, just built a snowman using the shapes in some different pieces just to kind of put together something that resembles a snowman. There is actually a snowman in the props, I believe, but it's very small. I wanted to do a big one, and now I'm just using the new kind of gingerbread pieces as well, just to kind of create like an exit facade for the coaster. Just kind of tying that in with some rocks and different kind of Christmassy snowy trees and things, so it all looks nice and neat together. And just adding some more little kind of these wooden little details that I've done on the front of the station as well, just so that it really ties up, and then going in with this snow terra painting there just to kind of really give the edges a nice kind of snowy kind of feel. So yeah, that's basically that. I'm just going to go and continue now with the walls, and I will go in and add some like pathing around the side of it and just make it look a bit more pretty to look at. And I was kind of just bored after I kind of finished it, and I decided to do a flat ride, which isn't on camera, just to kind of did it as a bit of fun off camera. But like I said, I'll show you that at the end, so I added that to the area. But if, when this is on Steam, I will let you know, and maybe you can go in and also add on to this and make a whole Christmas area maybe, if you feel like doing that kind of thing. So I just need to go in, put a roof now on the building, which is a bit of a shame because you can't really see then what I've done. But I do want to add a roof because it is an indoor coaster, so I'll do that in a minute. I just wanted to go in and do some fencing. I like to use the wooden log poles from the pillars section to make some fences, and I actually just made a blueprint there of some straight and diagonals just to save me some time, and I've just placed those down. And now I'm going to go in and add some blue lighting on the inside just to make it look really icy on those rocks. So I'm just going to go in with all the nice little areas in there and add some more kind of white lights as well on some areas that I want to highlight, like the snowman. So that's looking really cool, and now it's time to add a roof on. I actually built like a roof that you could kind of see through for another project, but I decided it didn't look very good. So I've just gone in and used like a plain roof, and I'm just going to do that in two different heights. I didn't want it to be completely one square, so I'm doing like a higher section and then a lower section, just to give that square building a bit more dynamic. I feel like square buildings can be quite boring, and it's always nice to have a bit of height and dynamic within the building just to make it look a bit more interesting. Just to kind of hide the fact that it is just a square. Then I'm sinking some trees into the wall to act like a facade. And now I'm just going to tidy up my path edges, which you know is something I always like to do in every build I do. So I'm just doing that using the Shy Guys 1 path cover pieces. You could use the path covers mod, but I prefer the Shy Guys 1 just because it has these nice little kind of straight to diagonal pieces which I like to use. And then I'm just getting rid of those unwanted in-game fence rails there by sinking a curved quarter height wall under the ground, which is really easy to do. It's in one of my tutorials that's here on YouTube. Now I'm just adding this icicle trim, which I think is really cool. Nice little addition there from the new DLC download, just to add some like icy theming. And now all that's left to do now really is to support this big kind of curvy drop that comes out of the building. So I'm just going to use the supports mod and also some of the cylinders from the shapes and to create some footers there. So looking really cool. I'm really happy with that so far. There's all the pieces that I used on the floor. It's something I've done quite recently, and I've used the method quite often now, is that I place all the pieces that I could possibly use on the ground and have them just there so I can use the picker tool to grab them, which is much easier than looking through the menu. And then when I'm finished with those pieces, I just delete them at the end. So I just wanted to make a little Christmas tree there by adding some like spheres and different colours into the tree, some candy and that kind of stuff. So that's a nice little Christmas tree idea there. And as you can see there, the lights on the front of the building look really cool. And I'm just going to add some now, like, what are they called in English? I've got the German word in my head, Lichterketten, string lights. There we go. I want to add some string lights onto the edge of the building, on some of the areas on the station, that kind of thing, just to make it look really cool and cozy. So that was the idea there. And that's basically the coaster done now. So I'm just going to show you like a camera view of the train going around. I've put the game into like see-through mode so you can see inside the building, so you won't be able to see most of the theming that I did, but this is just for the coaster layout. So we've got like a nice outward bank turn there to begin with. And then unfortunately when I was filming it, it did stop in the brake run there, in the block brake, which slowed it down just a little bit, but the rest of it's pretty cool. So now we're going to exit the building and do the big drop on the outside. And we hit another little trim brake there just to slow down the speed, and we hit these nice kind of sharp corners here, which gets the car swinging a little bit into a nice downward helix. This is where the coaster really picks up a bit of speed, and we really get those cars swinging now on this nice little trim brake. We've got an outward bound turn again into another helix, and then we're going to hit the final brake run where it exits the building and back into the station. So I'm just going to leave you now with a few screenshots of what I've done. If you have enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and have a good Christmas everyone, and I'll see you all soon for another episode of whatever I've got going on here on my channel. So I'll see you then. Bye.